Judd Trump to clean up there. Just one of those situations that you probably took the easier option, could have taken the more difficult one, and it cost them the frame.
And as has been the case throughout this semi-final, it's Trump nose in front.
And that's not a bad break-off shot from Neil Robertson. I must say he looked well in Hazel's chair. Be a good double act, Hazel and Neil Robertson, a couple of blondes.
Foul, remiss. Neil Robertson, 6.
Doesn't make a great deal of difference, just cost them 6 penalty points there. Just readjust slightly.
It's funny with this type of shot, you don't want to overcompensate for the slide. You could knock a red on, but he adjusted well. Good shot.
Yeah, we just do with a touching ball just to sort this out, and then the player can just play up the table. Well, that stops the rolling up to the reds. Only problem with that, it just gives a slight advantage to Neil Robertson if he can put in a telling safety here. In fact, it looks as if he might be having a go at a double or a pot in the middle here. It's a double. And where's that red going? Safe. Now Judd might have a go at a double. Unless this red goes up into the corner, the one at the edge of the pack. Maybe it does. Maybe it pots.
Well, it obviously did, and he nudged the reds, and he's left an easy starter on for Neil. It's nice when you come to the table having not really done much to have an easy red to go at. Now it's imperative when he pots this red he gets a good angle on the blue, because he'll be thinking about playing the cannon into the reds. This is the modern game. First opportunity. Try and bring the reds into play.
9.
But as we say so many times, and we say so many times, you've got to hit the pink full in the face. And he just caught it on the side. Oh, well, the pink's come to his rescue there. I'm not certain what he would have been on, but for that second kiss.
But watch this again. Look how the white suddenly bites and stops there. Doesn't run away too far. He didn't cast it absolutely as he intended, but a lovely little nudge, as John said there.
Okay. 15.
Ooh, I think he just about stopped in time there. Another roll, and he wouldn't have been on this black. He's just on it, though. Judged the cannon on the red
22.
after potting the black very well there. He knew he was going to flick the red. Played it with that extra little bit of pace to go across the table. Decent chance this to build up a substantial lead in this frame.
23.
Well, what sort of a shot was that? Neil will be disgusted with himself. In fact, he might be on absolutely nothing here, unless he can just get past. But his body language told us that he couldn't get through to the red on his way around the table.
Yes, and I think that picture we see there tells us he can't get through to it. Well, that's disappointing. It wasn't a frame-winning opportunity, but you expect him to score a lot more than this.
Neil Robertson, 30.
Pretty good there. And he's opened a few more reds up. He's 36 behind, so he wants a few more reds in play. And at first glance, there's no easy escape back to the safety end of the table where the balk colours are.
Yes, and I'm trying to see if there's a good safety leaving the cue ball at this end of the table. I think the one to the right of the black closest to the top cushion he can get through to. I don't know whether he can get through to the potting angle, but he could certainly drop the cue ball near to this top cushion. He may leave a cut though on the red to the right middle.
Well, is he going to try and pot his way out of trouble? Can he see enough of that red? It didn't look as if he could. Maybe he can pass the blue, and if he can't see an easy safety, I know what he's like.
He's the last person you'd want to force into a pot, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks a bit tight though, doesn't it? Right, well, here we go. And the cue ball might hit the black, or it might slip around the back of it.
One.
In the end, he's a bit unlucky. He took the pot on, and any other contact on the black would have been okay, but full ball was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, the only saving grace, of course, he was in a spot of bother there. And as I said at the time, the last person you wanted to force into playing a pot was Neil Robertson, and that's how good he is. He dodged a bullet, and he'll be pleased he potted the ball. As you say, Dennis, with a little bit of a thinner contact on the black, he'd have been on blue or balk colour.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Just a little bit awkward now, but Neil won't bother about the pink and black being slightly out of commission with a 37-point advantage. Especially with this young potter coming behind you. I was listening to Judd with one of his interviews, and he was saying he's going to have to sharpen up on his safety play. You know, we know what he can do when he's in amongst the balls, and well, if he starts and develops a really top-class tactical game, everybody's going to have to watch out. But he is improving all the time in the safety element of the game. And you can see he's just slightly behind Neil in the safety success department. But look at that, in the tournament he's 5% ahead of him. So overall his safety has been pretty good. But this is what he likes doing.
1.
Now he's a bit unlucky. Okay, he almost went in off, but what a pot that was. It's worth another look at that one. It's got a little bit too much stun on it and a bit unlucky to finish right on the cushion. That was a risky one.
Judd trump, 1.
You can't pot everything. Not many players in the game would have took that blue on from that position. That's a nice little cannon there on the red, because he was going to stick the red up until he collided with the cue ball, and he's left it safe. Safe now, the red's in the pocket, and it's even safer when it goes in behind the yellow.
Judd trump, 1.
A useful double to pull out there.
Yeah, and it was a double he could play with very little danger. Of course it went in. Got the snooker. He wasn't bothered about position on the colour. So it's going to be a tough one to get safe here. He'll be playing to rest on those two reds, maybe coming off the... Oh, he's hit the one in the middle. That's not the one he intended to hit. Because hitting that, he definitely leaves one to the left corner.
I'm not sure if the plant's on as well, John. We'll find out shortly. No plant, but as John said, the red definitely available. Well, looking at the balls, he should clear up from here, John, shouldn't he? Look where the reds are. They're talking about Noah's Ark. You've got 2, 2, and 2. They're
green ball.
I think he thought by playing it with a bit of pace he could have just widened the angle there without using side. Lucky not to going off, really.
Judd trump, 4.
Well, he's got a good cue ball, but he may be tight behind the blue when he comes back to the table.